The way that FIFA went about it is what basically killed this deal dead on arrival.
It goes without saying that FIFA has plenty of corruption in its history. Their latest move, however, marked a new low for the organization, one that has some UEFA member nations calling for resignations and boycotts. Welcome to the lineup, and today we'll be exploring the failed FIFA plan to sell a portion of the World Cup off to private investors and why the move has infuriated football fans across the globe.
People resigned, other people went, and in the end, the boss had to go.
FIFA's history and corrupt past. FIFA is soccer's highest governing body. It oversees the World Cup, sets the rules of the global game, and represents 211 national football associations from around the world. While every member nation gets a vote on major decisions, the organization itself is led by the FIFA Council and President Gianni Infantino, making it one of the most powerful and controversial institutions in sports.
We organize a full range of international competitions. We run football development programs across the world. We carefully manage the finances and legal issues. We preserve and protect football. And we do all this in a transparent, accountable, and efficient way.
Think of FIFA as a federation of national governing bodies. Every country's football association governs the sport domestically, but together they make up FIFA, vote on its leadership, and shape the future of the game. Before Gianni Infantino, Sepp Blatter led FIFA for 17 years. His presidency became synonymous with corruption. His era was plagued by allegations of bribery, vote buying, and financial misconduct, culminating in the 2015 FIFA corruption scandal that saw dozens of officials arrested or indicted. While Blatter denied criminal wrongdoing, he resigned amid the fallout and was later banned from football for ethics violations.
Thanks for everyone. Here we go, Sepp. That's thank you. Here's Sepp, it's all there. As discussed.
FIFA Forward Enterprise and the backlash. On July 28, 2026, FIFA President Gianni Infantino unveiled a proposal called FIFA Forward Enterprise. The plan would create a new commercial company to house FIFA's biggest tournaments, including the World Cup, before selling a 20% minority stake to private investors for up to $4.2 billion.
US bank JP Morgan, which was involved in the failed plans for a Super League in Europe, is said to be working on raising funds. FIFA states that the new company's valuation, FIFA Forward Enterprise, is based on an initial equity valuation of $20 billion by carefully selecting long-term investors who will purchase minority, non-controlling interests.
Leading the investment group was Thrive Capital, the firm founded by Joshua Kushner, whose family has close ties to U.S. President Donald Trump. FIFA insisted it would retain control of the sport, arguing the money would fund football development around the world. The reaction to this plan was immediate and overwhelming.
Strengthening the commercial side of the game is the natural next step in this evolution. So we believe that the FFE proposal would unlock the sport's potential in every corner of the world across men's, women's, and youth football.
UEFA blasted the proposal, saying football's governing bodies had crossed a line and declaring that, quote, none of us are the owners of football. The Confederation warned that FIFA was trying to monetize a sport that belongs to its players, clubs, and fans, not investors. Opposition quickly spread beyond Europe. UEFA's 55 member associations unanimously backed a boycott of FIFA competitions unless the proposal was withdrawn, while CONCACAF and the Asian Football Confederation also rejected the plan, leaving Infantino without support from a majority of FIFA's member nations.
Football is not FIFA's to sell. This is a sport. This matters to fans. This belongs to the fans, and this doesn't belong to private investors.
Faced with mounting pressure, FIFA abandoned the proposal just 3 days later. But of course, the controversy didn't end there. UEFA's lawyers sent FIFA a formal notice demanding that senior officials preserve all documents and communications related to the proposal, warning that legal action could follow. The letter specifically instructed FIFA leaders not to destroy any evidence connected to the failed plan. The political fallout was just as damaging. UK Prime Minister Andy Burnham called Gianni Infantino unfit to continue leading FIFA, while the English and Welsh football associations withdrew their support for his re-election campaign. According to multiple reports, Infantino then turned to the White House, attempting to contact Donald Trump and reportedly seeking help from his administration as pressure mounted over his future as FIFA president. Although he wasn't able to speak directly with the president, Infantino reportedly spoke with Secretary of State Marco Rubio in an effort to drum up support. If Trump is somehow able to prevent Infantino from being ousted as president, it will no doubt cement their corrupt relationship. Making matters worse, the failed investment plan came just weeks after the Balogun controversy, in which FIFA overturned U.S. striker Folarin Balogun's automatic World Cup suspension after Donald Trump personally contacted Infantino. Although FIFA insisted its disciplinary bodies acted independently, the decision triggered accusations of political interference, ethics complaints, and more questions about FIFA's leadership.
Red card. I didn't know what the hell a red card was. When I found out, I said, "You got to be kidding." This guy just hands up, "Okay, your best player is not going to play next week or in the next game." I said, "Wow, that's a lot of power. That's terrible."
The rise of private equity in sports. FIFA's proposal didn't come out of nowhere. It reflects a trend that's been growing across professional sports for years: the rise of private equity.
Forbes ranked the Celtics as the fourth most valuable NBA franchise in 2024, with an estimated valuation of about $6 billion. The price tag for the Celtics eclipses a record set by private equity billionaire Josh Harris, who purchased the NFL's Washington Commanders in a $6.05 billion deal in April 2023.
Investment firms have poured billions into sports, buying stakes in teams, leagues, and commercial rights. The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, Formula One, and European football clubs have all embraced outside investment as sports become more valuable than ever. So from a business perspective, FIFA's idea wasn't completely out of the ordinary. But the World Cup isn't just another sporting event. It is one of the few moments where entire countries come together, with national pride, history, and identity all tied to the outcome.
That unbridled joy extending to the streets, where Cape Verde fans celebrating a stunning draw against Spain with Boston police officers, while Ecuadorians partied in Philadelphia on the Rocky Steps.
It's been such a spectacle on the field, but the one off it has been almost the healing that we all needed.
For many fans, their national team represents far more than a brand or business asset. That is why critics viewed FIFA's plan as tactless. But behind the public outrage, there's also a complicated political game happening within FIFA. While many associations criticize the proposal on principle, some observers have questioned whether every opponent was truly against private investment or simply against this version of the deal. With billions of dollars at stake, a revised proposal with different terms, investors, or a larger share of revenue from member nations could look very different. That doesn't mean the criticism is insincere, but it highlights how FIFA decisions are often shaped by a mix of principle, politics, and financial interests.
There have been tendencies like this before, but this is totally ridiculous what's presented now.
FIFA's moment of truth. The biggest question now is whether this controversy can actually cost Gianni Infantino his job. FIFA presidents have survived major scandals before, and removing a sitting president is not easy. Infantino still has support from several regions, meaning a resignation or leadership change is far from guaranteed. But this controversy could have long-term consequences.
What is becoming increasingly clear is that a massive change for FIFA and soccer around the world caught the community by surprise. Norway's Football Association president says they'd heard nothing about it until this week, and in fact haven't found a single person who did.
Did FIFA or Mr. Infantino speak to you about their proposal to sell a stake in the World Cup?
The World Cup is FIFA's biggest asset, and the backlash has raised new questions about who should control its future. Football's governing bodies, the countries that make up FIFA, or outside investors looking for financial returns. The trust has been damaged, and that is not something that can be easily repaired. For an organization built on representing the world's game, that may be the biggest consequence of all. On the other hand, many people see the 2026 World Cup as a major success, with much of the credit going to Infantino, making it difficult to see him removed from the top position.
In a statement Friday, FIFA insisted nobody is selling football and blamed what it calls incorrect media reports for disrupting the consultation process.
What do you think should happen with FIFA's leadership after this scandal? Let us know in the comments.